Welcome back everyone to a Got Girl Problems Cobra Kai Season 3 Watch Party. One of the great things about this show is there's so many awesome characters to root for. You start with your OG heroes, Johnny and Daniel. There are plenty of reasons to root for them both. You love them. Then in the young cast, we have Miguel and Robbie. Miguel is definitely a fan favorite. He's relatable. He overcomes his challenges by working hard and kicking ass. Robbie has definitely grown a lot and gained a lot more supporters since Season 3. He's had to deal with some tough situations and went through some tough times, but you feel like you can make it all work. But then if the four of them weren't enough, you have Hawk. Hawk is the poster child of the bully kid who sheds his loser skin to become badass. It almost feels like the show was made for you to root for Hawk. With so many awesome badass characters, how could anyone be unhappy? Well, as it turns out, there's a segment of the fandom that is looking for something else when rooting for a character. That is, they have some inner desire or urge to root for a girl, specifically a girl karate fighter. That's because they are girls themselves. Now, in a world where you have Hawk, why anyone would feel that's not enough and want to root for a girl instead is beyond me, but apparently many girls out there feel that way. This is really just my own outside observations of how many Cobra Kai fans feel. Really? Not Hawk? I mean, come on girls, Hawk, he's badass. Who needs to root for a girl when you have the Hawk? Well, whatever. Yes, a lot of girl fans specifically want to root for a girl. It makes sense. Luckily, the show is aware of this and offers up two karate girls to choose from, Sam and Tory. At least that is in Season 3 after Aisha leaves school in town. So it's just Sam and Tory, at least in terms of karate girls. And that's pretty good, right? You have two tough, fierce girls in the story. The difficulty comes from when you want to actually root for one of these girls. The choice gets a little murky. The problem comes from rooting for any character. You tend to identify with that character for one reason or another. You see a part of yourself in that character. That's why you're rooting for the character. You're cheering for a piece of you or maybe your own aspirations, your desires. It's how you want to view yourself. The allure of Cobra Kai was the ability to explore differing points of view in the characters. Johnny and Daniel, Miguel and Robbie, even Hawk and Dimitri. That is far less so with the two girls. The Season 2 rivalry felt like it was told from Sam's point of view, mostly because almost every encounter featured Tory literally walking into Sam's life. But even then, we could look at the situation and understand Tory was hurt. She reacted the only way she knew how. But that's not to say you approve of what she did. You would hope she can do better. But there was something there that many girls could at least understand or even relate to. But that hope is lost by the end of Season 3. The entire story arc of their fight is about Sam overcoming her fears and standing back up to fight. Tory's motivation is that she's kind of miffed that Sam and Miguel worked together and got the All Valley tournament back on. Also, she has a sadistic side. She doesn't just want to fight Sam and win, she wants to get as much pleasure out of beating Sam down as she can. This whole fight and resolution with the ridiculous dialogue is a triumph for Sam, and that's a problem. But why is it a problem? What if you're a girl and want to root for one of the girls in the show? You start with only two choices and the show makes it almost impossible to root for Tory. You, a normal, sane, rational girl, doesn't approve of massive home invasions. It's pretty hard to be a normal girl and root for a sadistic character who wants to brutally beat another person for fun. Yes, even if she is a girl. Because while a girl may want to cheer for a girl, she still wants someone worth rooting for. As I said, it's about seeing a piece of yourself in that character, or seeing your own aspirations realized in the character. Just being a girl isn't enough, and Tory isn't someone a lot of girls want to root for or admire, much less identify with. So if you consider yourself a normal, sane girl who doesn't approve of evil violence, you only have one choice: Samantha. Now that's fine for many. She has relatable qualities, trying to fit in, suffering panic attacks, and a lot of girls especially want her to get with Miguel. But as it turns out, plenty of girls don't like Sam at all, because while some girls may relate to the idea of trying to fit in, others once had a best friend ditch her to hang out with the more popular group. Or maybe they don't like the stuck-up selfishness, or maybe they view cheating as trash behavior. They have an aversion to the oft-repeated argument that Sam is normal. I'm not like that, my friends aren't like that, no way. Basically, those girls who don't like Samantha and can't relate are the fans who lose the most with this show. Tory isn't an alternative, it's almost insidious. Once upon a time, the show was about differing points of view. You may be the hero of your story, but you're the villain in someone else's. That was true for the boys. Fully developed characters you can understand. Hawk at least got a cool origin story before he went bad, so you can understand why a lot of people thought the same would be true for Sam and Tory. Season 3 would greatly expand both sides of this rivalry, with both points of view just like the boys. And no one from the show ever gave any hints otherwise. John Hurwitz even asked people if they were on Team Tory or Team Sam. So a lot of people, especially the girls, went into Season 3 expecting to find a reason to root for Tory, only to have the rug pulled out from underneath them. Tory has no Hawk-like origin story, and her backstory in Episode 2 is quickly forgotten. In fact, her whole backstory only exists so Sam can blow it off with her little credo.
Everybody's got a sob story. It doesn't give you a right to be a bully.
Now, Miguel could have said she's watching her mom slowly die right in front of her. You can't blow that off as a sob story. But he doesn't because the show wants to put Miguel and Sam back together. You can't identify or root for a character who exists solely to serve someone else's story. After her backstory in Episode 2, she's here to trigger Sam's panic attacks and give her an obstacle to overcome. She's here to give Miguel a reason to dump her and get back with Sam. An interlude where she lures Robbie into coming with Cobra Kai. Then the finale so Sam can overcome her fear and win the fight. It's an ironic twist that the leading girl from the first film, Allie, says the original theme directly to Johnny and Daniel about there being 3 sides to every story, your side, the other side, and the truth. While across town, these girls are removing that concept from the show. Now there's always next season. Maybe Season 4 she'll get more development and be redeemed. This is a small part of a bigger problem, but it boils down to this. On some level, it's almost too late. Waiting 2 seasons to develop her character as anything other than a plot device for Sam screams as lack of importance. Second, the show used to be about how characters weren't fully good or fully bad. It was a point of view. Girls who wanted to root for Tory as an alternative to Sam would have preferred a character who didn't have to be redeemed in the first place. The fact that so many people hope she can be redeemed or saved in Season 4 inherently confirms she really is an evil character, on the side of bad. That sucks. What a far less interesting show to watch, and major drop from the high quality of Season 1. So that's the basic situation as I can see it. It's not universal for sure, but the biggest losers in all this are the girls who don't like Samantha, and the major Peyton List fans. There's a hero gap on the girls' side. Leave a comment and let me know what you think. Also be sure to subscribe, we'll get more into this eventually. Have a great day, I'll see you at the next watch party.
It's not over. This will never be over, LaRusso. You hear me?
You know where to find me.